Private First Class Bruno is an 11-month-old full-blooded English Bulldog born in Fallbrook, California on October 22, 2022. He is named after Major General Bruno Hochmuth, who at the time of his death was the first general officer killed during the Vietnam War. Major General Hochmuth was also the commanding general of the depot from November of 1963 to February of 1967. General Hochmuth was awarded the Distinguished Service Medal, the Legion of Merit with Combat V for Valor, the Navy Commendation Medal with Gold Star in lieu of Third Award, and the Purple Heart with Gold Star in lieu of Third Award. Private First Class Bruno continues the tradition of a long line of Marine Corps Bulldog mascots dating back to 1921, when Brigadier General Smedley Butler appointed Sergeant Major Jiggs as the first Bulldog mascot for Marine Corps Barracks, Quantico. Private First Class Bruno is being escorted by the Office of Communication Strategy and Operations, Corporal Joshua M. Dreher. Spiritual development plays an important part in the making of a United States Marine. Lieutenant Eliseo Morales, Chaplain Corps, United States Navy, will deliver the graduation prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Let us pray. Mighty One, we thank you for your presence here today. We thank you for the young men and women of Lima Company who came in as recruits and are leaving as Marines. Through hard work and perseverance, they now join the family ranks of the finest fighting force on earth. Within each and every one of them runs a war-fighting spirit of a Marine that never gives up, no matter the odds. May they take great pride in their great accomplishments. We thank you for their friends and family who provided support through thoughts, prayers, and letters of encouragement. May they rejoice in this great celebration. We give you thanks for these drill instructors, for they have made Marines. Through leadership, discipline, and sacrifice, they have instilled within each and every one of them the honor, courage, and commitment that is woven into the very fabric of this Corps. It is because of these drill instructors that these new Marines can now live out the great honor traditions to always be faithful, first to fight, and most ready when the nation is least ready. May they take pride in their hard work and enjoy their well-earned rest. Mighty One, we thank you for your presence here today, and as always, we ask that you continue to bless this Corps and country now and always. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. The Commanding General, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, welcomes you to what is a historical event in the life of a Marine, their graduation from boot camp. Approximately 40 weeks each year for the past 100 years, new Marines have departed San Diego for service with units of the Marine Corps around the globe. The primary mission of the Recruit Depot is to provide basic training to recruits enlisted west of the Mississippi, which represents approximately 51% of all applicants in the Marine Corps each year. The depot is also home to Recruiter School and Drill Instructor School. All of our efforts here are geared toward one end, producing America's finest fighting force, the United States Marine Corps. This morning, Company L, 3rd Recruit Training Battalion, Recruit Training Regiment will form and march in the parade. Following the pass and review, the graduating Marines will return front and center of the reviewing stand for final dismissal. The staff for today's parade is comprised of Marines from the Recruit Training Regiment. The Commander of Troops is First Sergeant Julio A. Aguayo, Company First Sergeant, Company L, 3rd Recruit Training Battalion. The Parade Adjutant is Sergeant Anthony J. Mejias, Drill Instructor, Company L, 3rd Recruit Training Battalion, Recruit Training Regiment. The marching units are now being called to attention, and the adjutant's command, sound adjutant's call, will begin today's parade. Marching in today's parade are 563 of the graduating Marines from Company L. Among the 563 Marines are 2 Marines who displayed outstanding performances in 2 individually graded events. Private Nathan S. Dunn from Platoon 3242 is the company high shooter, scoring a 335 out of 350. Private First Class Jake N. Bradford from Platoon 3241 is the most physically fit Marine, scoring a 300 out of 300 on the physical fitness test and a 300 out of 300 on the combat fitness test. They will be receiving awards from the Marine Corps Association and Foundation. Present today is the company honor graduate recruiter, Staff Sergeant Francisco Rodriguez Hernandez. Also present today is a primary marksmanship instructor with a platoon high shooting average of 215 out of 250 for Platoon 3242, Sergeant Kyle Petulat. Recruit training is comprised of subjects required to produce basic Marines who function effectively in garrison, are trained in rudimentary individual field and combat skills, and practice the personal and professional traits which distinguishes them as Marines. Examples of these traits are discipline, the achievement of self-control and self-awareness which assures respect for authority, instant and willing obedience to orders, and the self-reliance to maintain or improve those traits which exemplify a Marine. Military bearing, consistently demonstrating military presence and personal awareness, as well as the proper wearing and maintenance of uniforms. Esprit de corps, acquiring the common spirit of the Marine Corps that inspires enthusiasm, devotion, pride, initiative, teamwork, aggressiveness, determination, moral courage, integrity, camaraderie, and the burning desire to work with and for others towards excellence in common goals. For 247 years, Marines have fought and won whenever and wherever the nation calls. In the harshest conditions, over the most brutal terrain, and against the most formidable enemies, Marines defend the ideals of freedom with grit and tenacity. Although battlefields change and capabilities evolve, history proves that true victory comes from the individual Marine with steeled resolve, the drive to overcome any obstacle, and the warrior spirit to fight on against all odds. It takes that steadfast faithfulness, semper fidelis, to corps, country, and each other that abounds throughout our storied legacy. Marines today remain in combat forward deployed throughout the world, confronting every challenge with courage, loyalty, and faithfulness. They are resolved to be the most ready when the nation is least ready, to defend freedom anytime and anywhere, to stand ready to aid those devastated by natural disasters, to pay tribute to those who have forged our proud legacy, and to honor the families and loved ones who faithfully stand beside us. For the Marines of Company L, today marks the end of the 13-week recruit training cycle. They have marched countless miles at Camp Pendleton, as well as on this parade deck, and have been trained, as are all Marines, as basic riflemen. In addition, due to an intensive physical training program, their strength and endurance have doubled since their arrival aboard the recruit depot. They are Marines, qualified to take their places in the ranks of the world's finest fighting organization. The platoons are now being aligned from left to right in order to get them into their exact positions for the parade. The next portion of the ceremony will be our national anthem. We welcome veterans and members of the armed forces to join us in rendering appropriate honors with a military salute. For guests who have not served in the military, it is proper etiquette during the national anthem to place their right hands over their hearts, and for those in the audience wearing headgear to remove it. Will the guests please rise for the presentation of the colors? Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. At the command, post the colors. The color guard moves into position within the parade. This signifies that the entirety of the parade has been formed and is ready to be presented to the command. Following the command, parade rest, the parade adjutant will give the command sound-off, which signals the band to parade forward of the assembled Marines while playing military marching music. The parade adjutant now presents the assembled command to the commander of troops. At the command, officers center march. All unit commanders and guidon bearers march to the front and center of the formation. Historically, it was at this point that commanding officers would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Following this, the unit leaders would face about, return to their units, and pass the information along to their Marines. Throughout our nation's history, millions of men and women have earned the title United States Marine. Many who have helped shape our history join us here today. In keeping the tradition of once a Marine, always a Marine, we would like to recognize them. At this time, those in the audience who have served as Marines, please rise. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for their dedicated service to Corps and country. Thank you. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the battalion commander for 3rd Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel M. Matthew Phelps.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family, distinguished guests. On behalf of the Commanding General of Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, Brigadier General James Ryans, and the Commanding Officer of Recruit Training Regiment, Colonel Peter Rumler, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the graduation ceremony for Company L. It is also my distinct pleasure to welcome today's parade reviewing official, Master Gunnery Sergeant Benjamin Field, Ammunition Chief for the 1st Marine Expeditionary Force. Master Guns, we are honored to have you here today. Now, before I talk about the accomplishments of the incredible young people that you came to see graduate, let me first acknowledge a few groups of people without whom their success would not have been possible. First, let me recognize these impressive Marines wearing the distinctive green campaign covers. They certainly need no introduction for me, for we all know them as the legendary Marine Corps drill instructors. The drill instructors are the critical element in the transformation of civilians into Marines. From the moment a recruit arrives here at the Recruit Depot, a drill instructor is with them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, everywhere that they go. It takes a very special Marine to be a drill instructor, and these Marines are extraordinary. Their impact on the Marines is permanent. Let's face it, we meet a lot of people in our lives. Most of them fail to leave quite an impression, but I will tell you that no Marine will ever forget the name, the face, or that gentle, loving voice of their drill instructor. Seated next to the reviewing stand today is another special group of people. These are the families of the officers and drill instructors of Lima Company. These families know firsthand what it takes to make a Marine. They know the time, the dedication, the sacrifice. They take on additional responsibilities at home so that their Marines can be here focused on the mission. We so appreciate their love and support. We couldn't do this without them. Please give a round of applause to the families of Lima Company. Now, every one of these Marines' journey began with one of the very hard-working Marine Corps recruiters that canvasses this nation on its mission to enlist the next generation of Marines. They are the first ones to recognize the potential of these young people and offer them the opportunity to become a Marine. Without the recruiters, we would have nobody to train. So a round of applause for the recruiters. Now let me talk about these incredible people behind me. They are truly some of the best this nation has to offer. When they arrived here, they were young and fit, 19 years old on average, and already in better shape than most young people their age. Over 95% of them were high school graduates. 6 had already earned college degrees. But beyond that, they offered and they demonstrated a courage and commitment that few of their peers could muster when they raised their right hand and swore that solemn oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. They come from every expanse of the globe, in this case, 12 different countries. Vietnam, Uganda, Israel, Peru, and some came from just across the street here in San Diego. But wherever they came from, it was a common goal that brought these young people together, the goal of becoming a United States Marine. When these young people arrived here 3 months ago, they stepped off the buses onto our historic yellow footprints, and they embarked on some of the most difficult and demanding entry-level training in the world. Since then, they've undoubtedly been tested. They've been trained and evaluated in the attributes that make Marines unique and deadly. We have trained them in warfighting skills, battlefield-tested warfighting skills, so that when this nation calls, these Marines will be ready for the fight. Those skills were imparted on them by the impressive instructors up at Weapons and Field Training Battalion at Camp Pendleton, California, and included marksmanship training where they learned to engage targets at staggering distances, up to 500 yards out with precision rifle fire. Today, Weapons Field Training Battalion is represented by Sergeant Kyle Petulot of Weapons Field Training Battalion. He was the primary marksmanship instructor for our platoon with the highest shooting average, 32-42. Sergeant, congratulations, very well done. Beyond those essential skills, we've hardened them by developing their physical and mental toughness so that they will never quit or give up against any odds. We've imbued in them our core values of honor, courage, and commitment so that they will be Marines of exemplary character in peace or at war. And we've instilled in them a bias for intelligent action so that as small unit leaders, they will be able to decide, act, and communicate in future operating environments. Now, when you meet your Marines again, when you're reunited with your Marines again, I think you'll notice some changes. They'll probably stand a little taller, look a little bit leaner. They'll look you in the eye, and they may use strange phrases like, "Yes, sir," and "Yes, ma'am." You shouldn't have to tell them to clean up after themselves, and I promise you, they know how to make their beds. But behind those external changes, underneath that is what I'm most proud of. That more than just learning and understanding our core values, they've embraced those values as their own. Through their courage in coming here, through blood, sweat, and tears, through physical, mental, emotional, and character transformation. They have fully committed themselves to serving our Corps, and I am honored to serve alongside them. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to present to you today 562 young people who can now and forever claim the title United States Marine. Now, if you'll excuse me for just a moment, I'm going to turn my back so I can address the company one last time. Good morning, Marines! Do you hear that? That is just pure pride. That's pride in themselves, it's pride in what they've accomplished. Now, Lima Company, I know when you got here a few months ago, the last thing on your mind was standing here today at graduation. More likely you were thinking, what in the world have I gotten myself into, and how do I get them to stop yelling at me? But here you stand today as America's newest Marines. You should be proud of yourselves. When you get home this weekend on your well-deserved leave, people will be proud of you, and they should be. They'll be impressed and amazed at your transformation. People will look up to you. Your friends will ask you how you did it. And when they ask you, I want you to take them for a walk, right on down to your recruiter's office. I promise you, your drill instructors and I would love to meet your friends. Remember that with your new title comes new responsibility. You have to protect what you've earned. The strength of our Corps does not come from any weapon system or piece of equipment. It comes from the war-fighting spirit of individual Marines working together as a team. At its very essence, war is a violent conflict of wills, of spirits. And so it is your spirit, your character, that matters most in combat. And our spirit as Marines is unique in the world. The world is a dangerous and chaotic place, and that is why we now have you. The legacy of our Corps of being first to fight and never giving up now rests with you for safekeeping. The Eagle Globe and Anchor that we handed you atop the Reaper as you finished the Crucible represents that legacy. And for as long as you wear it, you represent the entire history of our Corps and every Marine who came before you. Be proud of yourselves. Be proud of what you've accomplished. And as you go forward in your lives and your careers, be worthy of the title that you've earned. On behalf of the officers, the drill instructors, and all the support personnel here at Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego, let me be the first to wish you fair winds and following seas. Semper Fidelis, Marines, and welcome to our Corps.
Now taking their position in the reviewing area is today's parade reviewing official, Master Gunnery Sergeant Benjamin L. Field, Ammo Chief, 1st Marine Expeditionary Force, Camp Pendleton, California. He is accompanied by Sergeant Major Oranjo A. Levy, Sergeant Major, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, and the Western Recruiting Region. Master Gunnery Sergeant Benjamin L. Field. Master Gunnery Sergeant Field enlisted in the Marine Corps in 2002 and attended recruit training at Marine Corps Recruit Depot, Parris Island, South Carolina. Upon completing recruit training, he attended Marine Combat Training and Basic Ammunition Technicians course at Redstone Arsenal, Huntsville, Alabama, earning his Military Occupational Specialty 2311, Ammunition Technician Specialist. Master Gunnery Sergeant Field has served in a variety of challenging billets in numerous commands to include Ammunition Technician at Ammunition Company, 3rd Supply Battalion, Camp Schwab, Okinawa, Japan. Section Head and Area Supervisor of the A1 Assad Ammunition Supply Point. Recruiter for Recruiting Substation, Mobile, Alabama. Ammunition Chief for Maritime Pre-Positioning Force, Blount Island Command, Jacksonville, Florida. Ammunition Staff Non-Commissioned Officer in charge for Headquarters and Support Battalion, Marine Corps Installations West, Camp Pendleton, California. Master Gunnery Sergeant Field is currently serving as the Ground Ammunition Chief for 1st Marine Expeditionary Force, Command Element. His personal awards include the Meritorious Service Medal, the Navy Commendation Medal with Gold Star in lieu of 2nd award, the Navy and Marine Corps Achievement Medal with 2 Gold Stars in lieu of 3rd award, the Iraq Campaign Medal, and multiple unit awards. Master Gunnery Sergeant Benjamin Field is the proud father of Private First Class Austin Field, who is graduating today from Platoon 3247. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Master Gunnery Sergeant Benjamin L. Field.
Sir, the parade is formed.
March to command and review.
Aye, aye, sir. Staff. Every sword. Head and review. Aye. Hey.
The pass and review is a tradition within all military units, allowing the unit commander to formally inspect the unit under their charge.
Forward! Head!
More than 1 million Marines have been trained here in the past 100 years and have departed San Diego for combat in conflicts around the world, including places whose names are immediately associated with Marine courage and dedication. Names such as Guadalcanal, Tarawa, Iwo Jima, Pusan, Incheon, Chosin Reservoir, Quezon, Way City, Lebanon, Grenada, Panama, Kuwait, Somalia, Fallujah, Ramadi, Marja, Sangin, and our most current operations worldwide. This parade deck is rich in history and tradition, and no Marine trained here ever forgets its sights and sounds. Ladies and gentlemen, as the national flag passes directly in front of you, please rise. Once it passes, you may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander of Troops, First Sergeant Julio A. Aguayo, and the regimental staff. First Marine Division Band, Camp Pendleton, California. Series 3241, Series Chief Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Christian L. Dennis, and Platoon 3241, Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Keenan K. Meller. Platoon 3242, Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Jacob E. Wade. Platoon 3243, Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Andreas Mora. The Regimental Color Guard is led on the march by the Regimental Color Sergeant, Drill Instructor Sergeant Rodolfo Navarrete. Series 3245, Series Chief Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Summer L. Fierro, and Platoon 3245, Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Dominique E. Shank. Platoon 3246, Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Jose A. Saltedo. Honor Platoon 3247, Senior Drill Instructor Staff Sergeant Samuel N. Oriana. Ladies and gentlemen, if you turn to page 21 of your graduation pamphlets, you will find the Marines Hymn. The Marines Hymn has a history dating back to 1859 and has a long-standing tradition for Marines to face the direction of the music and stand at attention when it is heard. It is now directed that all Marines present who have served honorably, and ladies and gentlemen, you're all encouraged to join. Sing the words to the first verse as 1st Marine Division Band performs Anchors Away, followed by the Marines Hymn. Will the guests please rise? Thank you. Please be seated.
Sir, this concludes today's parade. Mr. Sept. Aye, aye, sir.
The Marine Corps' uniqueness and strength as an elite fighting force is directly attributable to the magnificent efforts of the drill instructors and company officers who train and supervise the recruits. The distinct qualities of spirit and discipline, the heart and soul of every Marine have been developed, nurtured, and ingrained in recruits through their observance and relationship with their drill instructors and officers. Recruit training is the very foundation of the Corps. Each year, recruit training provides thousands of America's finest young men and women with the basic knowledge and skills to function in a profession characterized by its own set of high values and tough standards. The most important thing we do in the Marine Corps is make Marines. The individual Marine is the Corps. That is what we do here. For the Marines graduating today, the long, arduous journey of the last 13 weeks is but a small step into the future of the Marine Corps. As they prepare to fill the ranks of our Corps, they do so with unquestionable support for the high ideals and standards of the United States of America and the United States Marine Corps. Although Company L prepares for their final dismissal from boot camp, their initial training is not over. Soon after graduation, they will report to the School of Infantry, Camp Pendleton, California, where they would continue to be trained to serve as an effective member of a Marine Rifle Squad. The intense initial training that every Marine undergoes is designed to instill a fundamental premise that every Marine is a rifleman. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we would like to introduce to you the Marines responsible for ensuring the success of the difficult transition required to become a Marine. The company commander is Captain Sean P. Kierman. The company first sergeant is First Sergeant Julio A. Aguayo. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a round of applause for the company staff of Company L. The next portion of the ceremony will be the traditional function of retiring the guidons.
Die! Stand down! Mark!
The guidons have been carried by the platoons throughout recruit training and are being retired to symbolize the disbanding of platoons. All similar units in the Marine Corps carry such guidons, which identify the unit and are a source of pride to each individual member. Note that the honor of carrying these guidons is bestowed upon those Marines who displayed outstanding leadership qualities, motivation, and character, and were selected as the platoon honor graduates. The platoon honor graduates compete for the titles of Series and Company Honor Graduate. They are considered the top Marines graduating today and have demonstrated the highest potential for future leadership and responsibility in the Marine Corps. The guidons will now be returned to the drill instructors.
Dito, hope, alpha, haste.
The honor graduates will now be presented a plaque by the battalion commander, Lieutenant Colonel M. Matthew Phelps, and the battalion Sergeant Major, Gerardo E. Trevino. Ladies and gentlemen, please hold your applause until all honor graduates have been recognized.
Present, out. Order, out.
The honor graduate for platoon 3241 is Private First Class Isaiah L. Kutu from Salt Lake City, Utah. The honor graduate for platoon 3242 and the series honor graduate is Private First Class Jack W. Bateman from Oak Creek, Wisconsin. The honor graduate for platoon 3243 is Private First Class Daniel Gonzalez from Avondale, Arizona. The honor graduate for platoon 3245 is Private First Class Deshanique K. Haynes from Angleton, Texas. The honor graduate for platoon 3246 and the company honor graduate is Lance Corporal Darian N. Green from Portage, Indiana. Lance Corporal Green is also the recipient of the Chesty Puller Award for his outstanding meritorious performance while in recruit training. And the honor graduate for platoon 3247 is Private First Class Brennan Stalker from Irvine, California. Ladies and gentlemen, the honor graduates of Company L.
Post! Halt!
Company First Sergeant reporting as ordered. Aye, aye, sir.
The company first sergeant will now give the command to the senior drill instructors to dismiss their platoons. Needless to say, this will be the most welcome command they have received throughout recruit training.
Senior drill instructor! Dismiss your platoon! Aye, aye, First Sergeant!
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony.